Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 53 of Direwolf20's OmniFactory Let's Play series, where today I have cleaned up my mess that I made last episode just a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit cleaner, a little bit nicer looking. I set up two compactors, right? One that's a regular compactor and one that's a gear working die compactor. I upgraded them to Signalum tier because I've now got the ability to auto craft all three of those kits. And we're making a few augments. Bada bing, bada boom. Augments are actually expensive. Well, not that expensive. They're just mana infused, 8 of them. So not a big deal. So that thing's cooking. This guy's a little slow. Why aren't you cooking at the moment? Are you out of mana? You are. You are. So what are you low on that you can't make more mana dust now? Blaze rods. I can solve that problem with relative ease. Relative ease. Boop. Blaze rods. 320 of them? Sounds good enough for now. Loving it. Loving it. Deep mob learning. Thank you for being so awesome. I should probably get a few more of these up and running too. So with that up and running now, we should be allowing this machine to run again. Yeah, it is. Nice. Fluid. Good. Yay. Dude, all the automation is really paying off in this pack. Like, there's so much going on in this pack, but the way everything is automated is great. And I really gotta say, having channels disabled, thank you. This would be painful if I had to deal with channels. I mean, it wouldn't be impossible, it would just be that much harder. But, hey, like, legit, like, wow, we've got some good stuff going on. We are backstuffed on tetranitromethane, which is cool. Not here, but here, at least, right? So we've got 64 buckets here. We've got 4 buckets chilling over here. So we've got a little bit more backstuffing to do, but at the very least, we've burned through all our diesel. So if we come over here and take a look at this guy, you'll see that we're pretty much out of diesel. The only thing we have now is cetane boosted diesel in quite a large quantity, 7,000 buckets, and we're doing quite good. Hydrogen, we're getting a little bit, like we're seeing a net loss, but we should be in better shape now with hydrogen because I turned off the disable overclocking thing on my electrolyzer down here, so that should be running quicker now. Today's episode, though, is a really good question. I have no idea what I'm doing. I kind of should. I don't know if. Do we need to get into nuclear craft yet? Or can we hold off on that for a little bit? I feel like we could hold off on that for a little bit if we wanted to. That probably wouldn't be too bad. I would like to get into these nano CPUs and fiber reinforced epoxy substrates. That sounds like it might be cool. So like, let's refresh our memory on why we didn't have that ready yet, right? Nano CPUs. Break down pretty quickly. And nano CPU wafers need the raw carbon fibers. I remember. We made those, remember? We made a lot of those. We finally found out what they're used for, I guess. And CPU wafers and energized glowstone in an HV chemical reactor. That's not so bad. It's not so bad. So we could probably set something like that up, right? That shouldn't be too big a deal. Where do we get glowstone from? Loot fabricators from witches. Witches can do that with loot fabricators. Okay. Or we can do phosphor and gold dust, which we probably won't be doing, because probably what I'll wind up doing is just whatever. So that's one option that we can do for tech advancement today. I also wouldn't mind looking into IV machine hulls. That might not be bad. Fiber reinforced circuit boards. Fiber reinforced circuit boards needs copper foil and fiber reinforced epoxy resin sheets, which, cool. Really? Because you're just epoxy resin with glass fiber? Oh, okay, I see. In a chemical bath. Oh, this is the one that requires a chemical bath or raw carbon fibers. Okay. I don't think we've done a chemical bath yet, right? Is made in a chemical bath, not a chemical reactor. Other than that, it's very similar to the other substrates you've made so far. Okay. That's an interesting one. Yeah. So I think most things are just, it's all just about having the bar already. So like the real way to make it is the epoxy resin plus raw carbon fibers, right? And we've already got epoxy resin, don't we? Didn't we do something like with that? We're doing something with that. Hold on. Nobody panic. That's this dude, right? No, maybe it's this line? Nope. Maybe it is this line? That's right. It's this one, right? One of these guys? Phosphoric? No, nope. We've got epoxy resin somewhere. I know this. I know we do. We totally have epoxy resin sheets somewhere. Somebody tell me where it is. Somebody tell me what I did with epoxy resin sheets. Didn't I make this somewhere? There they are. Ha ha, I knew we had that somewhere. So basically, instead of putting this into epoxy resin sheets, what we should be doing is taking this epoxy resin, combining it with raw carbon fibers to get fiber reinforced epoxy resin sheets, which can then be chemical reacted with copper foil and sulfuric acid, right, to make fiber reinforced circuit boards, which I think allows for some other cool stuff that we're going to get access to. So Lapitronic dudes, some better circuits, it looks like. And remember, every time we get a better version of this, we get more circuits for less resources. So that's always like, yay. I'm doing really good on circuits right now, but doing better would be better. Does that make sense? Is that an intelligible thing to say? Doing better would be better? So realistically, all we need to do is replace this machine with one that export buses either glass fiber, which is what? Borosilicate glass? I don't know what that is. That sounds confusing. Sounds like a lot of steps to make too. Actually, I don't know that it's borosilicate glass pulp, glass dust, and boron dust. Yeah, I think it would probably be easier because we already started making the raw carbon fibers, but we haven't actually made the raw carbon fibers. But doable, right? Palladium, 1 millibucket per 2 raw carbon fibers. So basically, we have like 200 of these to be fair. Yeah, 274, right? So basically, we just replace this machine alone with the thing, and then we're cool, right? With chemical bath. So we could do that. What line is this? MV. Okay. And chemical bath is we can do that MV tiered 16 EU. So yeah, that would even work on LV. So that's cool. Right. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually temporarily on down. Actually, no, wait. Yeah, temporarily on the down, the fluid. I'm gonna disable the insert so that he doesn't get any more, right? And I'm gonna grab my buffer tank that I frequently use now to hold on to buffers of fluid because I don't want to lose this 64 buckets of resin, right? That would be a bad time. I'm gonna break you, right? And then we're gonna pop you down, put this stuff right back in here, okay? And then on the down, fluid reinsert. So I'm going to keep this stack of 64 in here, which will hold me over in case I run into troubles or anything. So then you, Advanced Chemical Bath, you were doing what? Did you have a storage bus back here? You did. Okay. You were also exporting something from the down, but not always active. That's interesting. So then why is there even an item duct here? Oh, right, because that's the insert for these things. Okay, that's cool. So what we're going to want to do is export bus, or, you know what we could do? What about on the north, we are inserting on brown? So how about on the north, we extract on red, always active? Does that sound fair? And we got some raw carbon fibers, and we just kept 16 in stock at all times. And then on the down, we'll insert on red, not extract. Cool? Look at that. All right, not too bad. Neat. And now we should be immediately having access to fiber reinforced epoxy resin sheets. Cool. Okay, I like that. I like where we're going with that. Now, I'm not entirely sure if we're going to actually still need the epoxy circuit boards, right? I don't think we will, but we'll find out, because we're going to basically want to replace all the circuits that we can to use the new one. But at the very least, right, so what's our quest here? Want me to get the fiber reinforced epoxy resin sheet? So I'll just snag one just to quest complete it, right? And then you combine with it in a chemical reactor, right? That. Right? So get me a copper foil. And let's just combine these two just to validate that this works. And it does. Cool. Not too shabby. What's this silly thing called? Fiber reinforced circuit board. Ding. Hooray! And I should have no problem requesting another, and it should, within a second, start cooking. Nice. That's cool. So, hey, give me 32 of those, would you? You're missing some more fiber-reinforced epoxy resins. That won't be too big a deal. He'll get there. We have to just wait for this guy to process. He's a little slow, but not too bad. How about 16 of them? Can we have 16? That would be nice. That would be nice. I like that. Because I want to keep in stock, right, over here, this bad boy. That's the plan, at least. So now, let's get all of our circuit assembler bits, right? So that would be pretty much all you guys, right? 1, 2, 3, 4... Because we've got 5 tiers of circuits at the moment. So let's see which of these we can upgrade to start using fiber-reinforced circuits, right? So this is the tier 3 circuit. Can do this. Tier 4 circuit can do this. And tier 5 circuit can do this. But 1 and 2 can't, right? So let's make sure. I'm pretty sure this is tier 1, right? Yes. So that stays. That's not tier 2. I want to say this might be our tier 2. Yes. So these two stay as they are because this is the most efficient way of making this, right? Well, short of the system on a chip, we could upgrade those guys to use that. How about the tier 1s? Can that do the system on a chip thing? It can. Nice. All right. So we should look into system on a chip. That needs a nether star lens. All right. So we're a little ways away from that. That's probably not happening too close. Knock would adopt doped wafer, and that's not going to happen today. But yeah, other than that, those two stick around, right? So they should stay, right? Whoops. Give me that back. Boop, boop. So these two stay programmed the way they are, right? These 3 can be upgraded. Now, as a result of those 2 staying programmed the way they are, we're also going to want to keep the epoxy resin boards. And good plastic circuit boards, actually. We might need these epoxy resin boards at some point. Maybe. The 4th and final tier 2. Yeah, we'll probably want to hang on to those. And this guy, I think, is used for this. I think he only... The tier 1 still needs the plastic boards. They can't use resin at all. Okay, understood. So let's get another interface here. And let's get another storage bus so we can do some more keep in stock kind of stuff. Does that sound cool? ME storage bus start. Crafting card. Oh, not that one. This one. Cool. Okay. So you're going to do this. Let's get our 16 green boards here kept in stock. Like that. Cool. And look, he already went to make more of them for me because he's that nice of a guy. Good job. That means that our storage bus dude should be about ready. And we're going to configure him the same way as this is, where he's allowed bidirectional input and output, and that's pretty spiffy. Cool. And does his priority low or something like that? It might be. It should probably be low. It should be like a -10, shouldn't it? Shouldn't I have that priority low? So that's like one of the less likely places for it to put items. I don't want like items showing up in here. They should be going into here first. Okay, cool. So you're doing that. And that'll shrink back down to 16 once the crafting is complete, right? Okay, so with that up and running now, let's upgrade these board types to use this, right? So the recipe for this dude, the one we're currently using is this one, right? Really, is that it? The second tier 4 circuit? Oh, right. So what we want is a new tier 4 circuit, right? So let's start with tier 3, which I think is this guy, right? So this is the 3rd tier 3 circuit. So I want to see the 4th tier 3 circuit. Okay, so if this is the 3rd tier 3 circuit, it can either be made like this or like this. Let's see what the fourth and final tier 3 circuit looks like. That's this guy. Now that needs a Nano CPU or a system on a chip, which remember we can't get yet. So what we're going to want to do is get the Nano CPUs working so that we can start using them. Okay, so before upgrading tier circuits, realistically that's the order, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? What we're going to want to do is get those systems on a chip going. Okay, I like that. So that seems cool. Claim this reward. So Nano CPUs, yeah, Nano CPUs, I mean, not system on chip. So yeah, that's our to-do list. Nano CPU and Nano CPU wafer. Which doesn't look too bad, but we're going to totally need a chemical reactor with energized glowstone in it, doing HV power lines. So let's get ready for that. So an HV reactor and an HV fluid extractor. Does that sound fair? Cool. All right, just grabbing a random, spot to put this in. That's an HV line, right? So fluid extractor and chemical reactor, right? And I'm going to do the same thing with the whole fluid keep in stock smart trick that I've been doing. So we're going to want a fluid interface, and we're going to want an MV pump. That should be cool. And then we're going to want an export bus of items. And we're going to want a fluid smart guy level emitter. Fluid level emitter. And I'm putting that on there just because I know that I'm going to be a derp and do the wrong craft again. So this should be pretty straightforward to set up. Cool. So calculation guy should be getting done. He's done about now. Come on, bro. You should be done by now. Let's go. Wow, you really are taking a while. There you are. Finally. Expected him to be a little faster. And then we're going to want the fluid storage bus. Cool. And the export bus with glowstone. Right? Now, we're kind of short on glowstone because I've been doing a bad job of doing anything about not being short on glowstone. But, we'll deal with it as the time comes. So what we're going to need, right? Actually, let's get 4 of you in here. And that should quickly make... Oh, that's right. You're also going to want a pump. Forgot about the MV pump. Make that nice and quick. Shouldn't be too long of a craft, right? Bada bing, bada boom. Thank you. So chemical reactor there. That should give me... Really? Is that it? I guess about 4 more. Because I'm going to need a bucket of that so that I can actually say what fluid we're measuring. Right? So emit a level when they're below, I don't know, 1500 sound cool? Right? And you can be export busing that. So now if I get myself a cable here, you should be pretty spiffy. Actually, no, wait. I need my redstone card. To only emit when active with signal, right? And now you can do that, right? So you're going to start doing that. And then once we hit 1500, the redstone should go off. And then we stop putting glowstone in. Cool? I like that trick. I love it. That's actually like a really fun way to set up that automation, right? And then for you, Energized Glowstone, right? You're going to be in here with an interface. Boop. And we'll probably just want a conduit here. Okay. And what we need is Nano CPU wafers. So same deal. Nano CPU wafers. Right? So you're going to be this recipe. Okay. And then you're going to be this recipe, and that's going to go into our cutting machine. Which we need a new interface on. I recently made 6 interfaces, and I already burned through them all. It's amazing. It's amazing how fast that happens. But the cutting machine should be around here somewhere. Where's the cutting machine? Is that this dude? No, it might be this dude. That's a fluid extractor, assembly machine. I know I've got a cutting machine somewhere. Autoclave, assembly machine, fluid solidifier. I'm telling you, there's one here somewhere. Advanced cutting machine 3, yay. The only problem is that you need to be changed up. So let me get a bucket real quick of water. Oh, I have one. Good. I'm going to switch this up to be here. Because I can. Right? Watch this. Go back up. Yay! So that I can put my interface up on the top, which should really be done by now. What is taking you so long, Chief? I would have expected at least one of you to be completed by now. Taking a sweet time, aren't you? To be fair, I did ask for 6 at a time, so it's got a lot of crafting to do. Quite a lot of crafting to do, actually. I really need to put coprocessors on some of those crafting dudes, among other to-do list type of items, right? Yeah, but coprocessors would probably be quite smart at this point. Can I ask for a bunch of those? Like, what would be the impact of asking for, like, 10 of these? We need more diamonds. I can work on that. I can work on diamonds. I am working on diamonds right now. I'll show you guys in a sec. There's my first interface. Cool. Right, so you should be, in theory, full, Mr. Cutting Machine, but that's okay, because you're going to be this guy's recipe. This guy will come over here. So that if I now ask for a Nano CPU, that guy, you're going to do that, and that. So you're going to be crafting all the things, right? So first thing to show up would be in here. Oh, right. Forgot the old screwdriver needs to go in there. Boop. And also do this while you're at it. So now you're working, right? Yes. Machine is cooking, making the CPU wafer dude. And then you're going to show up right over here in about a moment, right? And you'll see this machine running to cut that wafer into the 7 pieces pretty soon. Come on, bro. Yay, there it is. Nice. And that's not terribly long, because this guy's extreme voltage, so he's pretty quick. All right, cool. And that means that we've got our Nano CPU wafers, which is a quest complete. Nice. So you know how to make that now. The only thing that I don't have automated yet are those carbon raw dudes. What are they called again? Raw carbon fibers. There's no way I used all of them already, right? Could I have used all of them? I mean, technically I could have used them all. We are keeping quite a few of these in stock. Yeah, I might have burned through them all already. Oh, because you have 3 slots. Okay, that's cool. I'm down with that. So that's another thing we're going to have to deal with. So I think that's also going to go on this line. So let's get a couple more 4x vibrance, because I know I'm going to need... Yeah, I'm just going to get 10. Why not? And then while you're going, let's get the raw carbon, these dudes, right? So we're going to need palladium. So we're going to need an autoclave of HV. And we're going to need an HV fluid extractor. Cool. So that would be another one of these. So I'll be back in a sec. All right. Easy peasy. Real quick crafting off camera, and we're back. Yay. So you're going to get an item export bus with a card in there for palladium. And you just get blast furnace, right? So I should probably export bus you into some kind of... What am I doing out here? Is this really where I live? Where do I live? There I am. You're an ME export bus. You do tungsten, right? Can I have a capacity card real quick? How am I on cards? I could probably use more. Get to work, buddy. Capacity card. Palladium dust. Export bus. And cook. And you should be a nice quick craft, right? And then you're going to do that. Good. So all the palladium dust we have will automatically be turned into palladium ingots. Which I probably should have checked to see if dust is allowed to go into this guy, but it doesn't matter, right? Active with signal. Palladium ingot. Okay, so that means that you can now be connected here. Actually, no, I don't want that connection yet, because here we're going to have the autoclave with the fluid bus on him, with the cable, with this dude. Now, the trick is going to be that we need to put palladium a bucket's worth of palladium in here, and I don't think we can do that. Into here, realistically. Emit when below... Realistically, we want it to emit when below, like, 10, right? But for now, what we're going to need is to have, like, 8 of these guys in here already. Oh, right, and you need to have a pump. I always forget the pump. I'm so used to dealing with, like, thermal machines and whatnot that don't need that pump. I'm just like, oh, right! Need a pump. Forgot about you. Forgot I need you. Okay, so there's your bucket of palladium. So that we can say, yo. Okay, you're going to go here, right, palladium. And if we're less than 10, we're going to emit a redstone signal. And you're only going to export when you have a redstone signal. Haha. Clever Dyer is clever. It's that thing that we've set up a few times now. Cool. Boom, boom. And then we can have an interface. Okay. That says you become 2 of you. Neat. Okay. I like that, right? And again, you know, we'd have to have 64 buckets of palladium, so 64 times 8 palladium ingots to backstuff this, and then 64 times 8 to backstuff this, and then 64 more ingots, right? So we'd have, like, literally, like, 1,000 ingots wasted here, just sitting here, 1,000 palladium ingots, which is rare resource. I think this is totally the way to go, right? That's cool. I like that. Okay, so with you up and running, we should be able to request... Actually, let's come over here and throw a crafting card in you. Because you should have had one all along. Boop. Which should show us that we now have a crafting job that shows up for raw dudes. Right? At some point. Oh, right. You need your shenanigans here. Hang on. You and that. Another thing that I always forget to do. Okay. Let's just request 1 for now and see if that behaves itself. Yep, we're cool. You did the thing. Are they different somehow? They look like they're different. Nope, they're not. Okay, cool. Can you make a bunch? You can. So why ain't you? Why ain't you doing that? Let's update this. Because I feel like you're doing something funny with MBT data or something. So I'm literally going to clear this out and do that. Okay. Because what I want to see is this be the same stack in here. Yes, that's what I wanted to see. Okay, cool. And now if we check, yeah, see, we're making many more of those things. See? Yeah. Now we're behaving. Okay, that was weird. That was weird that those raw carbon fibers have some kind of different thing going on. But that's cool, and now we've got the ability to make nano CPUs. So now let's update our 3 recipe sets, right? Does that seem smart? I think so. So 1, 2, 3. We're gonna upgrade you guys to use the new version of these guys, right? So I'm gonna put you here, right? So this is the 3rd tier 3 circuit, right? So the 3rd tier 3 circuit uses epoxy resin boards, right? But the 4th and final tier 3 circuit can be made with nano CPUs or system on chips, right? So we're clearly gonna go this route, right? So we're gonna do that and that. Cool. And then this guy is the 2nd tier 4. So the second, this is the 3rd tier 4. This is that guy, right? So he only uses the epoxy boards. This is the 3rd tier 4 circuit. Okay, and he uses Nano CPUs and epoxy boards. Nice. Cool. And then finally, we're looking at this guy. This is your microprocessor mainframe, right? That's your first tier 5 circuit. Okay, so that does that. Now your second tier 5 circuit should be overall cheaper. Yeah, doesn't that seem cheaper? I think it does. And what we have to basically find out at this point is, are we missing any of these things that we need? So circuit. So first off, we're going to test the nano processor, this guy. Like, can I make 10 of you without much trouble? That tells me if we're actually auto-crafting all the things. Yeah. So let me get, like, how many of these have I been keeping in stock? Because I'm going to swap these out over here, right? So this is tier 3, tier 4. Have I not been keeping the tier 5 in stock? I might not have been. I might not have been keeping the tier 5 in stock. Right, so tier 4 circuit, tier 3 circuit, right? And this is the fourth, no, that's the third tier 4 circuit, tier 5. All these circuits get confusing. The fourth and final tier 3 circuit. Okay, cool, yeah. This is the fourth and final tier 2. This is the third and final tier 1. So we want the tier 3 circuit, which is this one. We want like 16 of them. That seems totally doable, right? And not super hard. Right, you're gonna make me a few CPU wafers. Not too shabby. Okay. I like this. I like having cheaper ways to go about things. Not entirely sure why you needed to make so many CPU wafers to make a nano CPU wafer. Like, why'd you need 3 of those? Probably for these guys, I would guess. Right? Somewhere along that line. Cool. Okay. Nice. So now you should be crafting this over here. Good. Very good job. Okay. And then we're going to go back to having, you know, some of those in stock. So 16 tier 3 circuits. Sounds like a good in-stock thing to keep. So there's your tier 2, there's your tier 3. Now let's try tier 4 circuits, which would be this guy. The third and final tier 4. No, the third tier 4 circuit. So let's keep like 8 of those in stock, right? That seems like you can craft no problem, so that's cool. And then I presume you used my tier 3s, so yes, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. All right, back in a minute when that crafting is complete. And are you really crafting or what? Because you feel like you've been doing that for a while. Well, I guess you are. Yeah, you're doing a lot of carbon dust. Fair enough. Okay, so now we do that, and you're keeping in stock. Beautiful. And just to validate that we can actually make a couple of these guys, let's make 4 of them. So you're missing something. Tungsten steel plate. Looks like you need to learn how to make tungsten steel. Do you already know how to make tungsten steel? I think you do. Yes, cool. So you guys can turn into a plate and a compressor. Cool. Tungsten steel plate and a compressor, please. Show me my plate recipes. Looking good. Cool. So if I wanted 2 nanoprocessor assemblies, that shouldn't be a problem to make. Beautiful. I like that. I like it. All right. So, hey, that's some good upgrades, right? I like these. I think this is good. I think this will work out well for us. So put all this junk away and we're cool. Well, one thing's for sure. There's certainly a lot of processing that goes into this mod pack. But to me, that's what makes it fun. I think it's cool. I'm definitely having fun with it. So you're crafting some tungsten steel, right? And I remember that one being a little bit of a slow craft, right? I think that's maybe over here. Yeah, look how slow tungsten steel is. Actually, I think that's tungsten steel. Maybe he's making something else. I don't know. This is the tungsten steel, right? With all the palladium dust that we exported. So we might be waiting for you to process all your palladium dust. What we could do to speed up this craft is do that. Yeah, see how much slower it is? Definitely. Definitely a little bit on the slow side, but not a big deal. So for now, Devil 20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Cheaper, more efficient circuit production. Access to some better stuff that we clearly will need going forward. The fourth and final tier 3 circuits. Oh, you want me to make all these things? You're a nuisance. Look at all the nuisanceness you want me to make. SMDs. I might have some extras of these. Right? Is that cool? And then fiber reinforced circuit board and fine electrum wire. Fine electrum wire. There's gonna be like 10 of these real quick. That would be cool. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop. SMD transistors. You weren't in my inventory long enough. Fine electrum wire. There you are. Quest complete. Fiber reinforced circuit boards. I did snag some of those. Thank you very much. Thank you. Quest complete. Nice. I do like the way that works, right? Like, yeah, they're the same item, but it's worth upgrading because they're cheaper in the long run. So that's cool. That's super cool, actually. All right, Devil 20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We'll come back next time. We've got nano processor arrays. I'm thinking it's time to break into. I'll probably craft a few things off camera, like some of this stuff, just to knock out the quests. But I'd like to break into the IV power and machine holes, just to have even faster machine processing. And I think we're getting pretty close to being able to get into the late game, but we'll see. For now, Devil 20 signing off. Take it easy.